Now I'm gonna go into recovery my unit. The first time I'm gonna do, I'm gonna shake my gauge main. So they are correctly calibrate, and they're both at 0, so they're good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and shake my A and B main full, low and high side valves. They're closed. Now I see they're closed. I previously checked the first side, the side is already connected to the main full. They're in good condition. Now I'm gonna check out that they are correctly closed. After I do that, I'm gonna check out the end of it. The end of my hose, they have to have a black ring in it, an O-ring in it, which is there, which means that it's in working condition. So one, good. Now I'm gonna put it in a nice, beautiful spot where I like it, which is right there. Now I'm ready to connect it to my unit. I'm gonna connect first the low side of it. Taking out first of all the top ones are in it. Put it in the side, put it in a place that I won't forget where they are and won't get lost. Then I'm gonna connect this to the. I'll connect the low, the blue hose, which is the low pressure of my main full gauge, to the low pressure of the unit. I'm gonna do that quickly because we don't want that to escape. Then right after that, I'm gonna connect the high pressure to the high pressure of the unit with a finger tie. After I do that, I'm gonna check out my gauges. They're good. To see, if there's anything in it. If they have no revision, I wanna know why I have no revision, so when I look eventually for something else. When I always see they're good. And always forget, always wear your glasses. You never know what's gonna happen. Then now I'm gonna go ahead and purge the low side of my gauge for any air that is inside the hole. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing with the high pressure of it. After I do that, make sure that there is finger tie. Now I'm gonna go ahead. This is a recovery machine. I'll connect my yellow actuator hose, which I periodically check this in working conditions, to the in port of the recovery machine, which is the blue side. Now that they're there, they're finger tight, which is not too tight. Not too tight because you can break the O-ring black that is inside. Then I'm gonna get my actuator hose, which is over here, and check the hole like I did with the other ones. And I have an O-ring inside, which is in working conditions. Then I'm gonna go ahead and connect it to the red out per from the recovery machine. And it's a rebel.
Alright. You can copy and paste that shit and then send it to you.
Yeah, it was really late.
So it's finger tight. I'm gonna go ahead and connect it to the recovery tank, to the vapor side of it, which is the blue side. After I do that, make sure it's closed, and I'm gonna open my gauges, which is low and high price and high pressure of my main full gauges. After I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and open the import of my recovery machine. After I open my import of my recovery machine, I'm gonna go ahead and open the output of the recovery machine, which is red. Right after I do that, I'm gonna purge the unit because now it's running through all this and can be air, it can be anything. We want quality. We're gonna go ahead and purge. This is gonna be a little longer because it's the whole hose in the whole machine. Now, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and close it. Right after I do that, I'm gonna close my in port from the recovery machine and then my red port from the recovery machine. Right after I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and open my recovery tank.
Yeah, 1091. That's the one.
Make sure it's all the way open. After I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the recovery machine.
Oh, I didn't do the test, but you said the hammer?
We just have to be connected first. So now that it is have power on, I'm gonna turn off the recovery machine. After I turn on the recovery machine, I'm gonna open with my built-in hand the blue in port of the recovery machine. Now I'm gonna go ahead and open the red port of my recovery machine. they're both open and everything is running. I'm gonna check out my low pressure of the main pool and make sure that they're gonna go from 0 degrees to 4-inch mercury to make sure that it's complete recovery. So now we wait. Yeah, nice song for a customer. The next tip right here. You got your little iPod set up, the speakers. When they start singing, you know. Okay, now that it is 4-inch mercury, I'm gonna go ahead and close my gauges. Now that I close my gauges, I'm gonna let it run for 5 seconds. So first, the yellow hose, the shred hose is coming out from my main pole. Now I'm gonna go ahead and close my import from the recovery machine. After I do that, I'm gonna let it run for 5 seconds. So first, the yellow hose from the recovery machine to the tank. Now I'm gonna go ahead and close the recovery tank. Now it is closed. I'm gonna wait 5 seconds. I'm gonna come back to my recovery machine, turn off my recovery machine, then slide my hand down, close my output of the recovery machine, and then I slide my hand even more down to disconnect the yellow actuator hose to disconnect to the tank. Now we like to keep our side job clean. So as soon as I disconnect it, I'm gonna remove this and put it into a safe spot where nobody's gonna touch it. Remove the tank. Now I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect it from the recovery machine. And like I said, we like to work clean, so everything that we don't need out to the truck. We did it. Now we come back to the unit, and now we have finished recovering. Now we're gonna go get a micro gauge and a vacuum, because now we're gonna go ahead and vacuum the unit. Pause it.
Pause. Go.
All right. Now that we grab everything, this is my micro gauge. Don't call it micrometer, because it's not a micrometer. It's a micro gauge. Now we have it. We have a vacuum, which now I want to go ahead and check. We have to check for oil. Have to be in the right position, which is like right here. Before we check for oil, we have to check that it's stable, which there is. So now oil is good, balance is good. Now we're gonna go ahead and start doing our process. First of all, I'm gonna take out the tablets on my micro gauge and put it in a safety spot where nobody's gonna touch it and they won't get lost. Or get life, or something like this. It's alive. Then I'm gonna go ahead and check out my yellow hole that is coming out from the gauge main pole to check out it's good, and I'm gonna connect it to the right side of it. And after I do that, I'm gonna check out my yellow hose, check out that it's good. Auxiliary yellow hose, check out that it's good in good working condition. That is good in working condition. After I do that, I'm gonna connect it to my meter. To my micro gauge.
Look at his, you see his tongue?
Yeah, it's a little rebel. Alright, now that I see this finger tag, I'll go ahead and connect it to my vacuum. But they have a tapping tool, which I'm gonna carefully put it with the rest of the tappings in a safe spot where nobody's gonna take it and they won't get lost. Right after I do that, I'm gonna open the gas ballast, which is located in the side of the vacuum. Depends what side you're standing at. I'm gonna open that gas ballast, then I'm gonna go to my flow control and pull it down, which is just over here. Then after I do that, I'm gonna open my exhaust, which doesn't have it, but it's like right here. Where the fingers get in, like right here. And then after I do that, I'm gonna turn on my unit. In my micrometer, and I'm gonna let it run. Now it's running. I'm gonna turn off the gas ballast, which is inside of the machine, which I previously opened. Now I'm gonna go ahead and open my gauges. Now all you can hear is vacuum the unit. You're gonna have to wait to 500 microns, which is the appropriate way when it's clearly out of measure. What do you say?
What are you
Measure.
Measure?
No, the thing inside.
Oh.
So you can do it, bro. I believe me.
Okay, vacuum, to create a vacuum in there?
I know. You know that thing's coming out. This is the measurement. M-O-C-I-R-E.
Moisture.
Moisture, yeah, it's okay.
How did you get
What word are you trying to get me to say?
To take out the moisture. Now you will see that it's not moving right now. What's it moving? Because it's still in atmospheric pressure.
Mentally walking through it. So if you want to drill it in, go for it.
So you know while you're on it, you know, you chill, pick out stuff to your car, do like you're working or something. Conversation with your partner. But never, you know, forget about the micro gauge running, the vacuum running too. Yeah, 800. So now it is 500 microns. So now we're gonna go ahead and close the gauges. Thanks. I appreciate it. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Man, I'm having for that. After I close my gauges, I'm gonna close my control flow, which is inside the vacuum, which I showed you before. Now I'll turn off my micron and turn off the machine. After I do that, I'm gonna open my gas ballast. Now it's open, I'm gonna close it. Now after that, I'm gonna disconnect it from my jello hose of the of the gauge, of the main full gauges. Now disconnect it, and disconnect the vacuum from the actual hose. Before I move on, I'm gonna put out the top ones because you can lose them and then you have to buy new ones. And you don't want that. You don't want that at all. And I put it here. In a safe display where nobody's gonna take it and want them yourself. Then I'm gonna disconnect the jello actual hose. After I disconnect the jello actual hose, I'm gonna put it on the side too because we like to work clean. After I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect the vacuum. Now we have done with the vacuum. And we're gonna remove it from our job site. Now we have finished vacuum. Now we're going to get our vacuum scale, which is wireless, which is super cool. And then we gotta get a tank of refrigerant, 134A. And before we do all that, in the beginning I forgot to tell you that we check the plaque that is behind of our unit on the side, which tells you how many refrigerant you have to put in it. And this one says 3.8 ounces. Now that we know that information, we're gonna check our yellow ultra hose. Oh, there's not this one on the plaque. So the plaque is lying to me.
Yeah, that's converted to 134A.
Oh, it's 2.25? Yeah. Oh, thank you for the observation. So somebody got 50 or something. Those were 50 minutes, like a gangster, a gang or something. So, because in LA it's like 134 Street 8. So, can't believe that here. Yeah, man, you know. So now we're gonna check our yellow hose. And it's in working condition. The O-ring is still there. It's black. It's strong. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. You see it, right? Alright, now it's good. See it? We're gonna go ahead and connect it to the vapor style tank, which is the blue. We're gonna tight finger it. After we tight finger it, we're gonna put the tank on the scale and turn off the scale with a button on this on the side that says on and off. After we turn on the scale, we're gonna turn off the inland, the wireless control. Trying not to touch them, because if you touch them, this thing will never stabilize, and we have to wait for the pressure for the weight to stabilize. Now they stabilize, we're gonna set it up to 0. Now I set it up to 0. No, I forget something. We have to open the tank. We have to open the tank and brush it before ending. You should do that before. By any moment in school, long as before you put it in. Now you have to stabilize the thing. Now it's stabilized. Now we're gonna go ahead and open low and high pressure of the hose from the gauge manifold. And like Mr. Joe say between converters is gonna be 2.25 ounces. We wanna be checking out in our wireless control. And we wait. And you know, we remind there's nothing wrong to do this that way. Shouldn't be done that way, you know, but it's nothing wrong before, you know, long as you're doing it before you put the unit in, the charge in. Okay, now we go to see the, didn't charge no more, it's to 150. It doesn't charge no more, what is happening? So what we're gonna go ahead and do is gonna close our main pool, low and high pressure. After we do that, we're gonna go ahead and turn on the unit. After we turn on the unit, alright, now that it's there, we have to wait for the gauge to stabilize. We need some action. Alright, now that it's stabilized, we're gonna go ahead and open yes the low side of our gauge manifold. And we wanna wait for this to go ahead all the way to 2.25, which is right there. We're gonna close right away our low high pressure unit. Then right after that, we're gonna go ahead and remove the tank from the scale and turn it off. You have to, like, you know, keep it pressure until everything is off. Now that it's off, you're gonna go ahead and close the tank. Now that the tank has been closed, you're gonna go ahead and open the gauges so they equalize. Because right now it's been trying to, but you know they have to go too many steps. So now we're gonna make it shortcut. Now it's done 100, 100, we're gonna go. Right after that, you're gonna disconnect the low pressure. Sorry. Right after that, we're gonna turn off our unit. Because you don't want them running. After you don't want them running, now you're gonna go ahead and disconnect. You make sure this closed. You're gonna go ahead and disconnect the low pressure of your unit. So the low pressure. You know, I'm gonna give you an advice that you should do. You should grab your hand, put it behind the pipe, and push it so you don't lose that many pressure, and do it super fast. Which, you know, lose a lot, I don't know why. And then you're gonna disconnect it from the tank. Which was a lot. Now, you have to clean all your space, and you have done. Check out your gauges, put on the back. You have done charging the unit. Thank you.